brothers and sisters, friends, and I see some enemies. In fact, I think we'd be fooling ourselves if we had an audience this large and didn't realize that there were some enemies present.
Peace, peace. This is djOHLOW. You're tuning into On Beat with OHLOW, coming to you live from Radio Fairfax here in Fairfax, VA. I've got a full house and a very special show, man. We're going to be talking about Afro-Americanism, and we're going to be talking about music from Africa versus music from America. I've got my man Mauro here from Mozambique. Just touched down. Peace, brother. How you doing, man?
Done cool, man.
Well, thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, to the left, we got my man Theory.
That's what's up. Peace, everybody.
And then to my right over here, we got my brothers eLBetta.
What up, y'all?
And we got ooCyn.
Peace, peace. What's the deal, everybody?
Oo's got a break. He's got some helpers over here. We got Saeed, and we got his boy Ben doing the filming for us. So we're gonna have a good time, man. I want to start out talking to you, Mauro, because I want to talk to you about your music. I want to talk to you about the dub music that you do. You do like reggae dub music, yeah. But it's you do African dub though. It's not like Jamaican dubs. It's a little different, and it's electronic. Yes. It's not that analog dub music,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I am
speaking to the mic, man. Keep that mic close.
I am producing now with always Jamaican influence because dub is always coming from Jamaica, but with this African taste, and the background and the electronic instruments added to it.
And now something you told me earlier that I didn't realize you did is you're like a DJ, but like an old school DJ, because you don't use turntables and stuff. You use a big mixer.
Yes.
And then you plug in a whole bunch of different instruments.
Yes.
Digital instruments though, right?
Yes.
And then you also have a bassist.
Yes.
And you have a vocalist. So you plug in a microphone, you plug in the bassist.
Yeah, man.
And then that's your band.
Yeah,
three-piece band.
Yeah, more like a sound system.
That's what it is.
That's
yeah.
exactly. Yes, I wonder.
It's a sound system.
Yes,
I've tried this thing with many projects in Mozambique, in Maputo, which is the capital. And I worked really well, came down here to DC, moved to DC, and I've been here for almost 1 year. And searching around, I found a nice vocalist, which is Baba Ras D.
That's my brother for many years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
brother Ras
is.
D. Yes,
Baba
son.
That's what's up, man.
You tell Ras D Theory said what's up, yo. He'll be like, brother Theory, I know you, boy. Yeah, Ras D is special,
up,
man. Ras D is special.
And we have a bass man. We don't have a definite bass man. Each concept we call a different one. But we have a settled up bass, and it's working. We played in 2 places already in DC. Yeah. It's working really well.
That's what's up. Where have you played in DC so far?
Definitely Ross Hall, right? Up on George Ave.
We played at Chief Ike's.
Oh,
Chief
nice.
Ike's,
Chief Ike's
okay.
Mambo Room.
Mambo Room.
Oh, okay.
And we have a concert to Paul McMills in
Virginia.
In Virginia. Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Give us the date on that one.
Yeah, what's the date on that one anyways? Yeah,
think
because these guys actually live close to you, man.
Yeah, man. Ras D is my brother, man. I'd love to see this with the sound system.
It's still not confirmed, but the 13th of November.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. That's actually, is that a Friday 13th?
Yes.
It is Friday 13th,
I think that's
right?
the Friday.
I believe,
This
yeah.
Friday, ain't it?
No, the Friday 13th.
The Friday 13th, there's one in
Yes.
September and one in November. Or
Oh,
it might be
really?
in December, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not
But there's
sure
2
yet.
Friday 13th in
Yeah, I
2013.
know. Yeah, this
My
Friday.
smartphone will tell me.
Yeah, yup. That's what's up, man.
Back into the Matrix.
So, how'd you get into it, man? How'd you get into this style of music, man?
Well, I started as a drummer for 12 years for a reggae dub band. And I always was the producer of the band.
In Mozambique?
Yeah, in Mozambique.
Okay.
With a couple of guys, we're 4 guys. We called the Rockets. And then...
You guys were called the Rockets?
Yes.
That's what's up, man.
And then we split up after some years, many concerts we did. And everyone went his own way. I kind of stayed in the music. And I created this project, which was the Gravity Regulators.
Oh.
And where I was the selector in the background, regulating the vibe. And 2 singers, one from Swaziland and one Mozambican, but singing in English.
Oh, okay.
They sing in different dialects, which is one is English, one is Swati.
Oh, that's what's up,
And then we
man.
came out with bringing up this new thing into Mozambique. Worked really well. Well, I had to come here and try the same thing again.
So why did you come to America? What's the reason? Is it for music or is it another reason?
No, I married an American.
Oh yeah, that's what's up,
in
man.
Mozambique, and after some years we had to come here.
Oh, okay.
And for me, it was an opportunity, to bring my music down and spread the world.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
What do you think of our fair city?
Well, It's really nice. It's different, you know.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
Different, yeah. But it's always American.
We're gonna talk about some of those differences too, man, because all my brothers here, man, they're all musicians as well. You know, Theory's an ill producer. He's probably one of the best on the East Coast right now. You know.
Oh, I like the sound of that. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, my man. eLBetta and ooCyn are both MCs. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, and I vouch for that. Ridiculous MCs, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So this is something I wanted to talk to you about is the transition. You know, when you went from Africa and everything that you heard over there and now everything you hear in America, is there a difference? Because a lot of people that I talk to that come from other countries say that the music scene over here is not as strong as it used to be. You know, obviously we know that because we've been living here.
Yeah.
But people from outside of the country think that we still have this 90s kind of vibe. You know what I mean? But it's not. It's different now. So when they come, they're kind of confused. They're like, "What's going on with the music scene in America?" You know what I mean?
Yeah. It got really complicated for me. The commercial vibe came in, and I thought that I was listening to old school, for example, hip hop. I was listening to old school hip hop in Mozambique.
That's old school for us, but for you guys in Mozambique, there is no old school. It's just good music or bad music.
Good music or
That's
bad
how it
music.
should be.
It came here, and we found this whole like commercial thing coming in, and it was complicated for me to understand. You know, but I tried to blend in and just like deal with it.
But your sound is not commercial at all.
Yeah, I try not to.
You're very underground. Like from what I heard, your music is very underground.
Yeah, I try not to go commercial right away. You know, maybe in the future when I need the bucks. And luckily, when I arrived here, I made some contacts in California, and I started recording with some big musicians like Midnight.
Oh, okay.
Respect.
That's what's up.
And Army. One of the songs I'm gonna play today is from my work with Army.
Oh, okay.
Which is
and we're gonna get into that in a minute. Actually, if you wanna just get that ready, just go ahead and get it ready for us. We'll get into that. I want to catch up with my brothers over here, man. I haven't seen eLBetta or ooCyn in decades, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute, man.
We're all 90 years old.
Something in Maggiano's the other week,
Yeah, but that was only for a minute, though. That was just a minute, though. We didn't really get to kick it. You know what I'm saying? I was just in and out, man.
In a minute,
And then ooCyn didn't even show up, man. You know what I'm saying?
And
I
no
thought Ooh was gonna
surprise
be there too.
Yeah, where you been, son?
Come on, yo. Not on the airways, man.
Oh.
You slam me on the airways, man.
But we're gonna. I mean, Ooh got some updates for us too, cause he's got the new website now, Moorish Harem. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you about that too. But Betta, what's good, man? What's good with the? I know we were talking the other day about finishing up the projects and getting some more shows.
Yeah, and get some more shows together. What, the 28th this month we rocking, right?
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that too. Yeah.
Vibes joint. Then still building on Potential Threat. Got to re-record some things with Theory.
Yeah. I was waiting for that. If you weren't gonna say, I was gonna interrupt.
He was on edge too.
Yeah, I was like, okay, as soon as there's
he's
a
double
gap,
dutching. He's ready to jump
as soon
in
as
there.
there's a gap, and let's also talk about him getting on the Theory beat. Yeah.
Speaking of Theory beats, man, I'm gonna be playing Theory beats in the background today, man. I have beats from Morrow as well that we're gonna be playing. But I always rock the Theory beats in the background. Keep it consistent, man. And I know there's a track that I played that you guys made. It was a Theory production. eLBetta wrote to it. I call it Il Kung Fu, but what's the actual name of it?
The Drunken Wing Chun Fist.
Yeah, see, I always forget, man. Yeah, and people have heard that because I played that a few times on my show, actually, man. And that's the first track that you guys have done together.
Yeah, Seafood been on me hard about that track, son.
Oh, yeah?
You're saying there were some mistakes in it, right?
Well, some of the Chinese is, I need to make some corrections. You know what I mean? Okay. So before we, release it for show, you know what I mean? Get that right, but.
Oh man, you're killing me with the.
Seafood one day, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta chill with the drops though, man.
You making it hot, dog. You know what I mean? Just keep it moving, make it smooth.
I know, man. I gotta edit it now, man.
How would Seafood feel about that language?
Hey, exactly.
That's what he taught me. He said we keep it real.
Yeah,
Ooh, send it tell you.
Yeah, believe it.
Ooh, tell us about Moorish Harem, man. What is Moorish Harem? I checked it out, man, and in my opinion, the site is like a better version of World Star Hip Hop.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, that's what it looks like to me, man.
That's
you
props,
know what I'm saying?
man. Yeah.
That's what's up.
That's doing it big.
Moorish Harem, it's a lifestyle entertainment company focused on refining the taste of men everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Everything's at beta stage right now. We're just building it up, spreading awareness.
Oh, this is still the beta stage.
It's
I didn't know
beta
that.
Stage,
oh, okay.
But it's live. It's full-fledged, but
shouts out to K Beta, man. I miss that dude, man.
we're still just tweaking in live time, as we get feedback. making adjustments and everything. But and it's here.
K-Beta, nobody wants to say anything?
Oh yeah, big. I didn't
Shouts
want to
out to
interrupt.
K-Beta.
Yeah, big ups to K-Beta as always. As always.
Peace.
But my fault, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Nah. But refining the taste of men, Morris Harem, lifestyle entertainment company, man.
For those who don't know, what is a Moor, or what is Moors, and what is harem? Well, I mean, if people don't, because I talk to a lot of people and they're like, yo, what is that? What does that mean? Well, I know what it means, but for those who don't know, what is that exactly?
Man, I mean, there's Moors of antiquity, there's Moors of now. Black people, so-called black people right now, historically they're Moors now. And harems are, it's derived from the word haram, which is, it's forbidden, but sacred, secret. And, a harem is a lot of women. It's more than that, but like I said, everything is a beta stage, and I don't want to dive all the way in right now because there's more. But I'm gonna just give you bits and pieces what's there for the people to latch onto. That's what they'll latch onto.
And if people wanted to check it out, how can they find it online?
If they wanted to check it out, go to morrisharam.com.
Bong. That's what's up, man. And the reason I was asking about that is because today we're talking about Afro-Americanism or African-Americanism. And like Theory was saying that, I guess you tried to look it up and there was no Wikipedia about African-Americanism,
right.
huh?
Yeah, as soon as I got a text from my brother here, he mentioned the topic. As always, well, you know what, that's interesting. Is that a thing? I was like, maybe it's a movement that I wasn't aware of. So I checked it out, but I couldn't find anything.
Well, because, the thing is we have to start the movement, man. One of the things that I realized, too, man, I was talking to Brother Is the Truth. This was like last year from Guerrilla Republic. And basically he was saying, if you want to have a day, like, people complain and say, why isn't there a Malcolm X Day? Or why isn't there a this day or that day or whatever? The thing is you have to make it. You have to do it. You have to say, well, we're going to dedicate this day to Malcolm X and just make it an annual thing. And it'll become, that movement will start on its own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have to build it.
Exactly, yeah. And that's the whole thing is that people don't take that first step to say, well, this is what we're going to do. But we're doing it right here on this show today, man. So this is the start of something fresh, man, Afro-Americanism. And the reason that we're talking about this again is because my brother Mauro just came from Mozambique a year ago. Yeah, and so to come from Mozambique to the U.S. in 2012, you came in 2012?
Yes.
Or 2011?
2012.
2012.
Some culture shock, my brother?
Yes, I've been a resident for 3 years, so okay. I used to come and go. This is the first year I come and join.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us, man, like, obviously none of us here have been to Africa. Not that I know of. You know what I'm saying? We talk about this all the time, too, because when we grew up, a lot of the people that we listened to talk big about going to Africa. Hip-hop was all about Africa. Yeah. But it was all commercialism. It was all part of the image that they had to sell. Like Betta always says, Queen Latifah was never in Africa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Q-Tip ain't never going to Africa neither.
Well, see, there you go. You know what I mean? And so how do you feel about that? Coming over here and you see these artists that are using Africa to sell records or to sell an image. How does that make you feel when you're from? Another thing I want to ask you too, not only that, but how do you feel when people say, oh, you're from Africa? Like Africa's like this small place. Mozambique, Africa's huge. Yeah. And Mozambique is a big piece of land, but people don't say, oh, you're from Mozambique. They just say, oh, you're from Africa. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get the feeling that Africa is only one country.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. It's a continent.
Yeah, I don't mean to interrupt you, but
no, for sure.
But, Africa's a continent. There's mad different nations and countries.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yo, but check it. I just want to say this. Like, okay, you're from the continent of Africa, and now you're in America. You're a real African American.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, people here, they're not African Americans.
They're just American over here.
They're just Americans. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, all right, say you're from Japan, right? And you move to America. What do you call them? A Japanese American. If you're from Australia, come to America. What do you call it?
Yeah.
Australian American. So you're from Africa and you come to America. You're an African American, not the people who are here. Yeah, I just want to clear that out because that be floating around all the time.
From an African perspective, when people ask me about are you from Africa, like Africa is in one country, I just get really disappointed because coming from Africa, I think that America is just this place where people know a lot about things in the world. And it makes me feel like the people
over here are real dumb.
No, the thing is just like...
No, it's true, though. You're right. There's a lot of ignorance. There's a lot of ignorance here, man.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that, but I didn't want to go there.
No. People have told me, they're like, oh, to tell you the truth, growing up, wherever they grew up, they're like, yo, we were just dumb. We were just dumbed down. It's true. A lot of parts of America, especially when it comes to people of color, you know what I'm saying? People who aren't, what you're supposed to look like in America. we've brainwashed, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
If a person is like that already here, even if you send him to Africa, he's not gonna know Africa.
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
Gonna be confined in the hotel and then go to the restaurant and come back to the airport.
Yeah.
It's over. He's like, I've been to Africa, but
Yeah.
Africa, you never been there.
Yeah. And so, how do people in Africa feel when Americans come over there?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, for this pilgrimage or whatever, and
Yeah.
and they start to say, well, I went to Africa, I did this whole thing, and I traced my roots, but it's kind of like, well, you're just doing it for show.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. People there, it's always, they look at America as a big thing, so that is always like, they will never like start judging that way unless they already know they lived in America. But if you're an African with only an African perspective, then you're just gonna be understanding that these people don't know what they're talking about. Yeah.
Something I kind of stumbled on. I don't really remember the details, but it was some of the first invaders or visitors to the continent, and
to the Americas.
No, to the African.
Oh, okay.
To what the African.
Oh, the
continent.
invaders. Okay.
Yeah, and their first contact was with a tribe called the Afri.
Yep.
Right, and they're on the tip of this magnificent, massive place. They can't even know that it's not just one country, so they dubbed it all. This is Africa, and they're all Africans.
Yeah.
Just completely, so many different facets and different types of people, but all ignored simply from that first
straight ignorance, man.
Yeah. Well, it just. You
gotta take in consideration
the
where
world
you
is
learn the
tiny.
story from.
Yeah, the world is teeny tiny now, right? I mean, we can really get across places, but I mean, they might have sailed for like 4 years and then touched down. You know what I'm saying? They move at best like 3 miles per hour.
Yeah.
So the world was a lot bigger then.
Yeah, true.
So in their ignorance, bam. And then we can't make repeated trips and explore it all and map it all out.
Yeah.
So
and we're gonna talk about maps and stuff too. But Betta was saying something.
No, I was saying you got to take in consideration who you learned the story from, and who
and
told you that continent name was Africa.
Exactly.
'Cause we didn't tell us that continent's name was Africa.
Sure.
But we take in consideration who told us that.
Yeah.
That's you got, when you put that in perspective, that's where the whole understanding lies.
Word.
And it's just somebody else's story that you're taking forward. None of it's correct, right, or exact.
Yeah.
It's just some information that you received from somebody else and you believe it to be true.
Yeah, that's right.
And
all of it.
We've talked about this before on the show as well too, is that the fact that now we know as a fact, I mean it's a fact, it's not just theories, that African trade ships and slave ships that were run by Africans, not by Europeans, actually came to the Americas way before the Europeans even knew about Africa, even before Christ. You know what I'm saying? That the ships came over here, they settled southern part of America, built pyramids, civilizations, and then intertwined with the people of North America, which were actually Asians, right? Asians that came over the Bering Strait, because that's real too. It's not fake.
What we label them now, Native Americans.
Native Americans, yeah, because
they were indigenous tribes that were here in the Americas. They're pyramids in the Americas.
That's
right.
Along the
That's
Midwest. And they were here during 1200 AD. Like from 700 AD to 1300 AD. Prior to the colonialists coming here. They were here, they were functional.
Yep.
They ran a whole organization, libraries, civilized and the whole nine.
Exactly.
While the Europeans, living during the Dark Ages. But it's funny being a quote-unquote African-American growing up in America, they don't teach you anything about that in America. They always teach you about Europe, and they teach you about, something that's on the other side of the ocean.
As far as
But the history that's right here, you
Yeah.
can't, start looking up America prior to the colonialists coming, and you can't find it.
No, you can't. It's
You don't see none of that, in the schools and none of that.
In my school books, man, we got George Washington Carver, and our big thing was
Peanuts.
that he made peanut butter. Boy, we had a
He didn't
black
do that,
man,
son.
And he made peanut butter. He's responsible. He found it, ground it up.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
He never made peanut butter, dog. That's the craziest thing.
I swear it was in my books. As a kid, I just remember I was like,
Yeah, he
is
was
this
known
all-
for peanuts,
I
you're
was
right.
always looking at my books and being like, is this all we've contributed? There's got to be more. There's got to be more.
Yeah, growing up, all they taught us is that we was from slaves.
That's it.
And they never taught you about the indigenous people who were here prior to the Americans. They teach you about Native Americans post-colonialism.
Huh.
They never teach you about Native Americans prior to the colonialism. Because when they was called Cherokee and Blackfoot and Seminole and all that was after they had already came here. But they were labeled as something else prior to that.
And those people you're talking about in Louisiana were actually free people.
Yeah.
They were free people, and they were actually there was apartheid brought upon them when they did the Louisiana Purchase and all
Right,
that.
right.
They had to enslave these people. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they had
Because
to buy in.
because before that they were all free people. Ooh, I know you know more about that, man. the people, and I know Betta does too, because we talk about this too, about the Israelites that came over as well. You know, a lot of Israelites that are on the streets and stuff. You know, they talk about that. They may not, you know, they I don't know, man. I don't want to talk about the Israelites, man, because they might attack me as well. But you know what I'm saying? Like part of, you know, what they're talking about is not that far off. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, Betta.
All right, well, I just want to interject this. Like earlier, you were asking me who were Moors. Well, now you're getting to the Moors aspect of like the history over here. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I don't want to take the focus away from Moro. You know what I'm saying? And the topic, because
no, it's fine, man. I'm gonna bring it back to him.
You could go like I could do like there's I don't have to do it, but there's plenty of people that are killed this topic. You know what I'm saying? And then slayed it like with facts. And went in all way, you know what I'm saying?
And most of them are Moors.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so like, But I just wanted to put that out there. But
well, let me go back to Moro. So what did you guys learn growing up in Africa about this whole transatlantic slave trade and these different things and how Europeans came in and all these different things? Because again, to the best of my knowledge, Africa civilized Europe. To the best of my knowledge, it wasn't until Europeans came to Africa and then they learned how to, bathe. They learned how to, they learned proper hygiene. They learned how to build things that weren't, made out of stick and mud. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They learned architecture. They learned geometry. They learned these things from Africans. They even learned diplomacy because Europe was killing each other. If you go back to the early stages of Europe in Germany, there was all these nomadic people. There was all these like barbaric people that just killed each other for no reason.
Yeah, that would be the Franks and the Visigoths.
Exactly. See, who knows, man? I don't know their names, man. I just know what they look like. But in Africa, Africa was actually civilized. Even though they had wars within the people, the tribes.
You there?
I just know what they look
Where
like.
you from? Are you Franco Visigoth? Hey, barbarian. Are you Franco Visigoth? I can see it in your eyes. You there?
Yo, but you gotta peep like those movies like that. I'm telling you, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Those are Germanic tribes that broke, you know what I'm saying? And then they got cleaned up. They got civilized.
Look at his sword. That's a Visigoth if I've ever seen one.
Look at the bones from that thing. Sharp, pointy teeth. I'm sorry. We were just getting we were saying it's like old lead hands over here was making it pretty heavy. Had to, hammer hands. I had to just lighten it up. I'm sorry a little bit. Because I'm looking forward to hearing some of my brother's African dubs.
Go ahead,
you know what I'm saying?
We're going to get into it, but real quick, Moro. So back to...
What I can say is to add to this this story is just that when an African American so-called from here, born and raised here, goes to Africa, he's completely lost.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't understand anything in Africa because it doesn't tell him anything. Even though he says he's African, but it's got nothing to do with what he learned about Africa, the books and everything. Like he said before, depend who told you the story. You arrive there, you get a whole different story. Same thing with an African coming here to America. He gets really lost because it's just like he doesn't understand the African American culture from here. And it gets really complicated.
So did you guys learn about
people?
Did you guys learn about Martin Luther King?
Yes, but we didn't went so.
But you guys didn't idolize him and make him like the big thing that he is. Did you guys learn about Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey? Marcus Garvey, because he started that connection. Yeah, exactly.
What did they teach y'all about the slave trade though? Mid-Atlantic slave trade, Middle Passage and all that.
For Mozambique, at least, like the Portuguese are the ones who like enslaved us, and they came in.
So it's more about Brazil then.
Exactly, and they just like implemented this religion to divide people, and then
which religion?
Which is Catholic.
Oh, Christianity.
Yeah,
okay.
Christianity. They arrived there and they put things like people were fighting for something else there. Like the tribes were fighting on their own things, but getting settled up. And they arrived, they put a whole new game there, and people like start following them, and then they enslave them, bring them back,
That's that good old trick, man, that they pull on the whole world. Same thing with our people, man. You know what I'm saying? All these Middle Eastern countries that are fighting right now, in my opinion, man, it's because they're so lost in trying to compete with the Europeans, man. The Europeans that gave them all this fake knowledge of themselves again, like you said, it goes back to divide and conquer, basically. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Yeah, man, I get that too, man. But let's get into one of your songs, man. What's the name of the song you're gonna play real quick?
The song is called "A Type of Madness." A type of madness is written by Marina, and I produced and composed the song. Is in 2 languages. One is Swazi and one is English. That's
okay,
it.
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. This is On Beat with OHLOW, coming to you live from Radio Fairfax. We'll be right back. Peace.
Baslam shaiko over ukakhuluma kati aze amuve Skebereshes hambanges batu sepra ada Sileva uze guse ngoba la machaya kipa Bandle lutulile ngoba aguna mo oya Give a people, oba kwendlula sikhumama Kukhala lesibhubhung el baslam shaiko over Ukakhuluma kati aze amuve
And the lights are slowly flashing in reverse cause there's police They'll be thirsty and I got no money, See the ladies color the pavement Short skirts 17 degrees Don't look away It's my city after all
Lo lo lo, you lo, you lo, you lo 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 lo, lo lo lo, you lo, you lo Lo, you lo, you lo, lo lo lo, you lo 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 lo, you lo, you lo, you lo 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 lo, lo lo lo, you lo, you lo Lo, you lo, you lo, lo lo lo, you lo Give a people, oba kwendlula sikhumama Bututa isifishi lapho kutekwe praya Ungasentshona langa ngawolo mgwaqo wemarginal Kukhala lesibhubhung el baslam shaiko over Ukakhuluma kati aze amuve Skebereshes hambanges batu sepra ada Sihleka kuze kuse ngoba la machaya kipa
And the lights are slowly flashing in reverse cause there's police They'll be thirsty and I got no money, See the ladies color the pavement Short skirts 17 degrees Don't look away It's my city after all
Lo lo lo, you lo, you lo
I don't want to give them everything, man. You know what I'm saying? But if people wanted to check that out, how can they find that online, man?
They can find me at www.dubafrica.com and SoundCloud.
Isn't it dub.africa?
No, Dub Africa.
Oh,
straight.
just Dub Africa?
Yeah, straight.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why it wasn't working, because the one you sent me, it had dub.africa. Yeah,
So
okay.
Dub Africa straight or on soundcloud.com/Dub Africa.
Dub Africa, yeah, that's what's up, man. And you have, I know you're a producer as well. You produce for other people too,
Yes,
you know?
Yes.
And do you have, things if people wanted to hook up with you and get beats and things like that?
Yeah, they can connect me to those mediums.
Yeah. Do you have a Twitter?
Yes, I have a Twitter and a Facebook page.
All right, do you want to give them that or not?
Yeah, that's the same name.
Oh, it's all
Facebook,
Dub Africa.
Dub
huh?
Africa all over.
Is it D-U-B or D-U-B-B? 2 B's?
DUB only.
Just 1 B.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up, man. How'd you get that, man? That's like a hot name right there, man.
I just got really lucky. I know.
Yeah,
You know,
huh?
I went around and looked, and the name was available. And
That's what's
just
up,
started,
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. And I heard, you said it was 2 languages. It was English
Yeah.
And then what's the other language? It sounded
Xiswati
like
is from Swaziland.
Oh, okay,
This
okay.
small country inside South Africa, actually.
Oh, that's what's up, South Africa. Huh? That's what's up. And it sounds like it was what, French? It has a French influence?
Not at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's completely African dialect.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
beautiful,
it's
man.
like Zulu or any other language.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's real nice, man. I thought maybe it was, it had some French influence or something like that. Because, you know, South Africa, again, that goes back to what we've been talking about, man. You know, apartheid, you know?
Yeah.
Do you guys, in Africa, do you guys learn a lot about the apartheid and things like that?
Yeah. Of course, it's been there. It's the culture, you know.
Yeah, right.
In school.
It's a big
and
topic, huh?
A lot of documentaries like homemade, I would say homemade, and a lot of documentaries that are not like in the big TVs.
Yeah.
Maybe because of political reasons, I don't know. But many people got the history, look for it, you know, and find it. You know, and you have the Nelson Mandela Museum.
Poor guy, man. Shouts out to Nelson Mandela. He's very sick right now, man, I heard. And he's old, man. He's in his 90s, huh?
Yeah, on the Nelson Mandela Museum, they don't talk only about Nelson Mandela. They talk about Steve Biko, everyone else that also fought to this.
Who's the other
to this
person you said?
cause. Steve Biko.
Okay, Steve Biko. Yeah, okay, I know. Yep. Yeah,
so,
that's
brother,
what's up.
how do you feel about Terrence Howard playing Nelson Mandela in the upcoming Winnie Mandela pick played by Jennifer Hudson, being from Africa?
Well, I don't know. I'm
just fucking with you, bro.
Very diplomatic.
Yeah. I'm trying to be polite.
Nicely done.
Nah, I was
Nicely
upset myself because I was like, Nelson Mandela wasn't light skinned.
Yeah, you know.
It's jokes.
All these mixes.
Yeah, and here lately, Terrence Howard, up on a couple of occasions, man, he's beating up his women.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they all look at it. You know, this is the shots.
They wasn't black, though.
They got black eyes. No, they're black women, too. They're with black eyes. Like,
Oh, man. That sucks, man. He's a big actor, too, man.
girl, you know, it's hard out here for a pimp.
Got lost in character.
Terrence Howard.
It's the hustle and flow, you know.
Right.
What I'm saying?
Hustle flow, yeah.
Did you see my
Got lost.
movie?
He ain't came back yet. He
That's
went
who
all
I
the way
am.
in.
That's who I am, girl. You ain't seen my movie?
That's what I'm made of.
Girl, you want to understand me? Go watch Hustle and Flow.
What y'all think about his track, man?
Oh yeah, that's some
Get some
dope
feedback.
man, you know what? There's not enough dub reggae in my life for real, and I like the modern spin on it. You know, the elements, classic traditional dub are there, but the groove, the back groove that you set down, man, and then
the whole
the
sound
young
is real
lady
clean,
wrapped her
man.
voice around it, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I try to make everything very like simplistic for the dub music.
Yeah.
Not a lot of instruments going in. Their songs I put a lot of instruments, but some of them it just like get so conscious.
I mean, when you go back to songs like "Telephone Love," remember?
Yeah.
I mean, all the different permutations of
Exactly.
that Sly and Robbie joint. You know, Nicodemus and they do
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
Murder She
yeah,
Wrote.
Shaka
I
Demus.
mean, that
Everything's
only
just
that.
right.
And it's only that.
Yeah.
Kiss it,
Nothing
man.
else.
Keep
Yeah.
it simple.
Yeah.
You
Less
know,
is more.
yes, it's more.
Who was Telephone Love? That was Shabba Ranks?
I forget.
That was no audition, wasn't it?
Oh my
Nah, he's
God.
talking about Telephone Love. Sounds so sweet on the line.
right,
Yeah, I think that was
Back
I
in
don't
the
know who it was. It was one of them ranks, man.
90s.
Cuddy ranks, maybe. I
Cote
can't
Rock,
remember.
Cote Rock,
Cote
Shabba
Rock.
Rock, all of them.
Yeah, man. Those were good times, man. That's when, reggae really hit the scene and really blew up, man, because they were putting out good, clean music that was relevant for the time, because before that, like, roots reggae is always going to be, relevant, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But their sound quality just wasn't there yet until the
Yeah.
90s. They, really brought it out.
The whole thing of this of what you're bringing back to the game, though, man, I love the whole idea of the sound system. It's like, when records are in stereo, right, the left track sounds different than the right track,
exactly.
and what it used to be, man. You know what I'm saying? These brothers would just really wheel up and then run the right side through some echo, and I mean, your music can really live and breathe. The vinyl can live and breathe, and it's like that art is almost gone. So I'm really interested to see
that's
Ross
what's
D
up.
and the crew. The traditional sound system with like that. I'll come with some instruments, man. I'm joining the group.
That's what's up,
Bring
man.
your melodic.
Yeah, bring some, just
On
the
that
little
note,
sprinkles on top.
I got to take a quick break for PSAs, and then we'll be right back, man. I'm here chopping it up with Morrow, Theory, eLBetta, and ooCyn. This is OHLOW, coming to you live from Radio Fairfax. We'll be right back. Peace.
Radio Fairfax is a 501c3 nonprofit public access station, a service of Cox Communications. We are Radio Fairfax.
Peace, peace, peace. This is djOHLOW coming to you live from Radio Fairfax, rocking all Theory beats in the background.
Yeah.
we're kicking it here with my man Mauro from Mozambique. I mean, you're American now, man. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't even. I mean, you're from Mozambique, and that's what's up.
Yeah.
But you're American now, man. You're African American, and that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about Afro-Americanism or African Americanism, and what it means to you. And before the break, we played one of your tracks. Name of the track again?
Type of madness.
Type of Madness.
Yeah.
And what was the name of the singer? Beautiful voice again. man.
Marina. Yeah.
Marina.
Yeah.
And she's part of your group, right?
Yes, she's a Mozambican girl who lived in the UK for a long time, and then.
And she's in the U.S. now?
No, she's in Mozambique. But,
Oh, man.
But I'm getting everything ready for them to come here.
For the show,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. And I wanted to ask you about your process behind it, because I see that you have a very clean sound, you know? And it's hard. I mean, it's easy today to get a clean sound, but you have like a smooth, melodic, clean sound. It's not like real choppy. You know, a lot of kids today are very choppy because they just use the clean sounds that they're given, and they don't do anything with it. But I can tell that you refine all the sounds that you use to make it your sound.
Yeah.
So tell us about that, man. What do you use? You use Pro Tools to record?
No, I use Logic and Ableton Live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because of the ability to be doing things live.
Yeah.
So, and you don't get to lose the groove while you're doing
exactly.
composing and stuff. You don't have to stop.
And you use MIDI for everything?
And no, I record. I play.
Oh, everything live, huh?
Yeah,
Oh, that's what's up, man.
I play the instruments, and I play. Since I told you before, I'm a drummer. But I play guitar, keyboards, you know, and everything that is got like the board.
Yeah.
So like melodica, it's got keys on it. I can play, and I just produce it, and make sure I clean the sound, like you said before, to become my sound. You know, because melodica can sound anywhere, you know, like a sample. And
what do you think about Theory's sound, man? Like you hear these beats in the background.
It's got a really good vibe, you know.
Good, right?
It's got really good vibe. I just
Yeah,
feel like,
appreciate that.
I was
brother.
like doing going like you know.
Yeah, man. All techniques, you know, whatever works for is what we should use for our creation.
Yeah.
I'm a Reason head myself, man.
Yeah,
I do everything there.
Yeah.
But I got a copy of Ableton, and that joint, you know, it's like elastic, man. With the groove process, you just don't have to stop.
Exactly.
You know, and if you're playing instruments and looping what you're playing live, I mean, it supports all that. It's a whole nother way of
Ableton is crazy, yeah.
crafting music on the fly and really.
You're able to come out of the studio as a producer, come out of the studio and do all that you do in the studio live.
Yeah, that's
With
right.
Ableton, you can just do it. You know, that's why every producer now is coming out of the studio to do their thing live and they get their own name instead of producing for other people. I've been into Reason, Pro Tools, Logic, all those. I passed by, you know, and I came to sit down in Ableton. It just feels more comfortable for me. Yeah.
You know, as a DJ, one of the things that DJs are always looking for is to do a live mix, but still be able to record it in a way where it's on two separate tracks, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, the old way of doing it, obviously, is that you would have to split your cables, the RCAs, and you have to go into separate tracks and then come back into the mixer and, you know, split all these cables and stuff and get it to go into separate tracks and record and all these things, right?
Yeah.
But now with Ableton again, Ableton has it set up so you can link it with the software that you use.
Of course.
And as you're recording or you're mixing live, it just records each track on separate tracks.
Stereo.
So yeah, exactly. Yeah, two separate stereo tracks though. So then if you mess up your mix, if you're doing a mixtape or something, you can actually go back and you can adjust those little things, fix them up. Or you could take the whole track out, add a new track without actually having just one solid stereo track already mixed, you know?
Sure.
Ableton is real strong tools for production.
And this is just the beginning, man. This is just the beginning.
I like the whole fact that just your MIDI and your instruments and synths and everything sit right next to your live tracks on that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you want, you know, say a multi-instrumentalist like Moro here, you know, strumming the guitar while somebody's singing, and it's just all organic, and you're getting all of it. And then you put the guitar down and 2 clicks in it to loop, and then you're on to the next.
Exactly.
All live.
For like a hip hop producer, you just like going, for example, you're playing a beat, boom, boom, bam, boom, 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 and then you add guitar. You don't have to be playing the whole song. You just play the loop and loop it, boom, 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 and then from there you can do something else. Keep looping. So it's on the go. It flows.
Yeah.
You played my one Ableton track during underneath during while we were talking. You know what I mean?
Which one was that?
It starts out. I was playing my bass live, I had my friend Jack singing, and then I was playing some Rhodes keys on it, and then I played live drums out of Ableton.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like I said, magnificent to just be to pluck and record instruments right
there.
next to you to some nice
Yeah.
Rhodes. And then all the effects on that joint are really it's really effects driven because just the rhythmic things you can do. You can turn something into entirely something else just by putting an effect on it. It's like nothing I've ever seen.
How old is Ableton?
It's fairly new. I'd say
Yeah.
like 10
New,
years maybe.
It's been there for a while, but only now on the version 6, 7, 8 became more like
Really
Powerful.
robust.
on
Yeah,
the
okay.
market.
So the-
on
really
the market.
catching up. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah,
use
yeah.
is Ableton for PC as well or only for Mac?
PC, Mac is hybrid.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But you
And,
gotta have. I will say you gotta have some horsepower.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
because my little my joints. I say you need horsepower, my joints are Pinto, and you kind of need a Corvette.
yeah.
Yo, but your little Pinto, man. You know what I'm saying?
My computer gets it done,
Yeah,
man.
we'll
But
be
then
cranking out heat though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. He souped
That's all
up that
that
battery.
matters.
souped up that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's almost
Taking it on
time
the
for
track, man.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up. Theory, what do you think about his sound, man?
Yeah,
Coming
I-
from another producer.
yeah, I loved it, man. It was hitting me on all the right spots. Nice crystal, nice and big wide ass
Yeah.
sound. Or
No, you're good. You can say ass. It's
I
cool.
can say it wide. Okay, wide ass sound. So I can say it twice. And I definitely enjoying the vibe. And I'm hearing the Ableton all over it because there's effects on things, and you know the dub effects, the timing on the rhythm of it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It just the tracks are alive that way. A
the
lot of
girl's
times,
voice, man.
a lot of times it could be wooden, but like her voice sounds like, dude, you got her like in a $10,000 room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ribbon mic, completely soundproof. You know,
Yeah,
I'm really
exactly,
catching
yeah.
the essence of the voice. You know, and
Yeah.
those are the things.
The thing
that
is,
you look for.
these days, producers, so-called producers, they just once they find an instrument or it's a MIDI or something, they want to it's just add compression. It's
Yeah.
gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, right.
That's what everyone wants to do.
Yeah.
Add compression. You put a voice,
A
I'm gonna add
compressor
some
and a little bit of
compression.
a limiter. and that's
Limiter,
it.
you're gonna
Boom.
be okay, and then the sound becomes muddy, and the whole mix is not in dynamic wise or spectrum wise balanced.
Yeah.
It becomes a whole big mess. I try to always put every instrument on the image spectrum. Make sure that it feels like you're watching the band.
Yeah, exactly.
Sing
yeah.
to you.
So
back
like,
to you,
what
yeah.
what was your earliest experiences like with your instruments and everything, like as far as like influences, and like what was your first instrument that you learned?
I played guitar for 4 years in the
Uh-huh.
beginning, and I was playing rock music,
Mm.
punk rock actually.
Oh, punk rock.
All right,
Yeah,
all right, all
I
right.
was the vocals of a punk rock band, and then one
You
day
were a
my
vocalist of a punk rock band.
exactly.
Oh, you got vocals too. Oh, okay.
Got some vocals. Every my project I always back vocals. Yeah, and then this band we mounted after the rock band split. We started this other band. We did like some funk music. And then the drummer didn't come one day. I played drums, and I'm like, okay, this guy is sick or something. I'm just gonna play the drums. I started playing drums, and then, you know, when you enter the studio, you don't play your songs. You play a cover just to get everything
Yeah,
together. And we played this Alpha Blondie reggae. Since that day, I never played anything else.
Oh yeah,
Nice, nice.
that's
It
what's
was
up.
reggae
man.
all the time.
Blame it on the boogie.
When was that? Like what's the era that you grew up in? I mean, it might not make it might not be relevant in Africa as it is in the U.S. But what's the era that you grew up like in the '90s?
Yeah, in the 90s.
Okay, so in the '90s, did you have access to the music that we listened to in America at that time?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, definitely, yeah.
The tapes would arrive there, even
Yeah.
if it's playing on the radio, just record from the tape.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Friends passing, you know.
Power of radio, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's what it really comes down to, man. The power of broadcasting, man.
Plus, as an African, you always get a way to get things, you know, because that's how you grow up.
Gotta be
You
resourceful.
gotta,
Yeah.
exactly,
That's right.
exactly. You don't have the full studio on this laptop. You have to make it.
Yeah.
Like you are in the big studio. You know? You
Yeah,
gotta find a
exactly,
way.
man.
Some of the instruments from the songs that I'm doing in DC, my studio just arrived 6 months after I arrived here, so I didn't have any instruments with me. So I took for percussions. I have my twin daughters. I bought them a setup of toys that they are percussive toys,
Mm.
and I use those. I record those.
Oh, that's what's up,
From their
man.
toys, and I'm like,
Yeah,
this sounds
nice.
nice. Okay, I'm gonna just measure this thing. It came out really nice. I'm like, okay, this is gonna come in, and there was like a xylophone, And I'm like, ding, dong, ding, ding, ding. Sample this, go. Many of the instruments, only the kick and other things I had already recorded in my drive.
So when like your kicks and things, you use your own kick from your own drums.
Yeah.
You record your own.
Yeah,
So
I
you don't use like drum kits and stuff.
I have my own library.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
I make my library. For example, for the Dub Africa project, which is the one where Barbara SD is involved, we just made everything out of the samples. But when we have songs together, I want to be able to go to a studio, have a real reggae drummer, re-record everything back again, go to another studio, get trumpetists, get everything live back again so I can resample live music. I think
all right, big question here, man. How do you get all this funded? Is this, do you pay for everything yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, you do pay for everything yourself. Oh, it's all in-house, huh?
Yeah.
No
And,
sponsorship, no label.
Well, I do sell music also, but how can I say? I make house music, and it's not something that I make from my own. So when I studied sound engineering, there was no dub or reggae as a genre for you to study.
Have you ever flirted with any labels or like wrestled with the idea trying to get signed or anything like that?
Yeah, since I arrived, I've been in contact with people over emails, but since I'm new to the system here, I'm really afraid of something goes wrong or someone steals the songs or something. So I'm kind of backing up and trying to find people that I trust, and then from there I'm gonna move on. But as I was saying,
I think Betta's got a question for you, man.
No, I just wanted to get back to what you were saying. You were selling tracks? You were selling house tracks?
Yes. I studied sound engineering in-house because there was no genre for reggae or dub. Okay. So I was like, where will I go? I don't want to go to hip-hop. I don't want to go to rock. Because the electronica that sounds on the house music was the most like linked to the dub. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do in-house, and I did it in-house. When I finished the course, I was like, the whole thing was doing one house song full from the beginning, and I did the whole song, and I was like, I can do this. I have this in my hands. Why am I not just gonna throw away and go back to dub? I was like, I'm gonna make some house music, even though I'm not gonna like
pursue it. It's not like your heart's not really into it, but you can make some money.
Gonna make some money out of this.
I keep telling Theory, I'm like, yo, you got to make some trap beats, man.
That pays a lot for my stuff, my instruments, my gear, and everything. Like, it pays a lot.
Who are you selling them through? You iTuning it, or you got?
No. I have like people that can say, DJs and stuff that can say, I need like 10 tracks. I need to make a compilation or something. I need 2 tracks from yours. Can you just give me those tracks? I'm like, okay.
Nice.
We make the deal like that. Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Very fortunate, man. That's tough to come by. I'm looking for that myself. With a ton of music sitting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I do my own thing. I do my own compilations of my own beats.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? And move those things like that.
The thing is, like, change the strategy, because everyone who knows to make music, you have this holy grail in your hands. You have the talent. You have everything. And you kind of focus on one thing, but you get stuck there because sometimes not every time. Like,
hey, stay on the mic for me, man.
Not every time does release some bugs. You kind of go other ways that are not your ways, just to supply that. It works.
Yeah, whatever it takes.
For me it works.
Were you selling in America or were you selling in Africa?
I'm selling in America and in South Africa.
Oh yeah, that's what's up, man.
South African house is very big.
I was gonna say, I heard that South Africa really parties, man. You know what I'm saying?
Now the house is really big there, so I'm like, okay.
Have you been to South Africa?
Yes, that's like 1 hour from my country.
Oh, it's only 1 hour, huh?
Yeah, like the Kruger National Park, the animals and everything is 1 hour.
Oh, yeah, Mozambique, that's what's up, man, yeah.
So South Africans are like our brothers also, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. So you guys, I mean, the whole apartheid thing is like part of your history, really. Yes. I mean, if you guys are right there an hour away, that's not far at all, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. And we're still on topic. We're talking about music, but we're talking about Afro-Americanism, and earlier we were talking about the apartheid that took place right here in the U.S. that nobody knows about, and that was in Louisiana. It was before the Louisiana Purchase, and there's Betta said it earlier, man. There's a tribe. I don't know what they call themselves, but they're from Louisiana. But their chief is a woman, a black woman, and she basically says that these people came from Africa way before
Washita,
exactly. Yeah. Yep.
Queen Variachi.
Is that her name? She's got the long ponytails, right? Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. She always talks about how these people came before even Christ. They came over here and they inhabited the southern part of the Americas, and they worked their way up into North America. And then they started to breed with these people that came over the Bering Strait, which are, obviously Asian people, Chinese people, I guess, the Chinese. And that's what became what we call the Indians or American Indians. But the indigenous population of North America were actually Africans and Asians that came together. And so, again, man, I'm not black. I'm not from Africa, although we're all from Africa. That's the origins of all humans, and that's a fact.
At the end.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even, if you talk about religion and all religions talk about Adam and Eve, right? Adam and Eve came from a real place, and that real place, Eden or whatever, was in North Africa, to the best of my knowledge, or it might have been in the Middle East, but it's like right there and close to Africa. And then it's funny because now through genetic testing and these they do these DNA, trace your DNA and all this kind of stuff. They found that the scientific Adam and Eve, the first man and woman, again, came from Africa. They say it's a little bit further down. It's like in the middle of Africa, but it's still from Africa, man. So science has proven that fact that we're all from Africa. And I don't know how Europeans became so pale-skinned. But U always says Europe is like the toxic wasteland, and there's nothing grows there, and so obviously there's got to be a genetic mutation that happens if you get stuck in a wasteland, right? So I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, man.
You said that, ooCyn?
I mean, we all build, man. We know what's good, man. This is 2012 enlightened everybody, man, and it's not because of anything else. It's really because of the internet, because we have access to the information. I was talking to my little cousin about YouTube and how powerful YouTube is, man. You know what I'm saying? If you have a camera, or if you could take a flick or whatever, before there was no way to show everybody what's really going on, but now you can upload it instantly off your phone. You know what I'm saying? And that's helping the world, man. It's reshaping the world, man, because a lot of people don't see what's really going on. Like this whole thing in Syria right now, man. It's crazy over there. You should see some of the videos that these people release of torture and these things. We talk about torture in America and in the jail system. Come on, man. This is nothing compared to what's going on in these other countries right now. But we would never know about that if it wasn't for YouTube. And not just YouTube, but just the power of the internet, man. All this information that came out. I would have never known about, I used to build with eLBetta, and we used to talk about, Dr. Malachi Z. York, right? And how his videos came up in the late 80s, early 90s, and there was video cassettes that everybody was pushing, and then we didn't have access to it, and a lot of those videos were lost or they were destroyed or whatever. But the few people who saved them put them up on YouTube for the future generations, including myself, to be able to go back and watch them and get information. Not just Dr. York, but there's a lot of people, man. Better talk, man.
Yeah,
being
like
quiet.
Dr. John Henrik Clark, Ivan Van Sertima, Dr. Ben, they all up there. It's a lot of the master teachers that's up online right now that we can pull from, which is a good thing about the internet. That's what you want to use it for. It's a lot of bad things about it.
But there's also bad things. I'll tell you that from the African side, sometimes I wish we didn't have internet there.
Yeah.
We would be so much happier in other ways. I want to say that some people before, they didn't know the brands of the clothing or the sunglasses.
Oh, yeah.
You
Right.
just would just get sunglasses because you need some shades, and they would just leave without it. It would be so nice. Now with so much information, so many things come in that they're not worth it, but they make it worth it on the internet, and Africans just want to buy those things.
Yeah, just 'cause of the name. Yeah,
to be like
right.
Americans or to be like Europeans, and now they're
Right.
dressing this all branding stuff, and for
they
me it's
kill it
quite,
for it and
it's
everything,
quite
yeah.
sad, because we used to have we call it kapulana, this African way of cutting, and patching and make your own clothes. We used to have our own thing, our own culture. We used to be so beautiful. Now it's all influenced by this the internet.
Versace,
Tommy,
exactly.
Nautica,
Something comes out on the internet with these brands, names, and people are like, I want to buy that, I want to get that.
Gotta have it, man.
And
Same
then
thing here.
sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I say like this: the internet is a tool, you know what I'm saying? So it can be used for whatever, you know,
For
the
good
consciousness
and
behind
for
the person
evil.
that's using it, you
Yeah.
know, is going to do with it, you know what I'm saying? Just like anything else.
Good, evil, but mostly for porn.
It's all about the force.
It's funny you say the porn too, man, because you know a lot of porn is made in Africa because they don't have any laws against that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of the countries.
Even internet, like you have like you're not allowed to do many torrents here. Torrents is downloaded from a share place.
File sharing.
Yeah, there you don't have.
There's
that.
no laws against that stuff. Yeah,
you can download anything you want. You can download Pro Tools.
Yeah,
a full
yeah.
Pro Tools version.
Yeah.
When you come here, someone is gonna knock on your door and be like, "Hey,
yeah.
go pay the
It's
bill."
coming though, man. You know, with this whole swift arm of democracy, you know, trying to take over the world. It's coming, man. The more people that scream democracy, they'll see there's going to be behind democracy. There's a lot of regulations, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not taking anything away.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm not trying to take anything away. I'm not an anarchist or anything like that. I don't promote chaos. Obviously, you know, we need to be civilized but you know, a lot of people don't realize that behind this democracy, there's a lot of fascism, there's capitalism, there's commercialism. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's like you were saying. All these people want the Versace, they want the glasses, they want the bags, they want all this stuff.
Yeah.
There's no need for that. In my opinion, there's no need for it. But if somebody's gonna make money off of it and you're gonna buy it, they're gonna sell it to you. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. And it goes back to ignorance too, man, because you're right, man. All our people are beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And it saddens me to see even my people. You know, my people are from Afghanistan, and I see a lot of girls from Afghanistan trying to be European. You know, they bleach their skin. We're hairy people. We have a lot of hair, man. Women from my country have hairy bodies. You know what I'm saying? And there's who knows what's up, man? Who works with all the Indians, man? He knows what's good.
The hairy word?
But it's
how
like
you know?
It's like, you know,
They share that with you? Is that coffee talk? Look at this hair.
He knows about them desies, yo. What's good with them desies?
I want you to see my armpit. Have you ever seen anything of this nature?
Exactly.
This is amazing.
For a fair burger.
This is amazing.
But
The
they make sure that they shave it all.
Yeah.
They make sure that
I mean, that's cool. I'm good with that too. I want it shaved. You know what I'm
does
saying?
not agree with the comments that are made on on Be With All Radio.
I'm saying,
wait,
look.
so you don't know about hairy people at your place of work? I just wanted to get this clarified, man, because again, we were getting a little heavy. I just want to make, because that was an epic statement. You want to clarify that there, ooCyn?
You know, I plead the fifth.
Okay, thanks a lot. All right.
See, I can speak on it, man, because it's my people. You know what I'm saying? I know, man. I know for a fact. I know how my cousins and my aunts look, man. You know what I'm saying?
Where does the hair grow other than the normal? I mean,
just normal spots.
They're
No.
regular people. The way you make it sound, man, it's just like, yo, my
They're
people.
part
My people are
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch, son. You ain't furry. You ain't seen. Yo, Chewbacca.
That's my
was
uncle,
from
yo.
Afghanistan. That's what happens when we don't shave, V.
Now, I was just trying to say that, you know, our people are beautiful, but it's just, it saddens
Hairy
me.
or not, I agree.
Yeah, man.
I don't mind hair.
Because, you know, like, I mean, in America, you know, I dated a black woman, or a few black women
she hairy?
in the past. Not at all. But I'll tell you this, though, man. Black women in America, for some reason,
Are not hairy.
they didn't want to let me finish, man.
My bad. Okay.
No, I was going to say, a lot of black women in America, it's not so much about the hairy thing, but it goes back to the hair. You know, the natural hair.
Afro, yeah.
Yeah, the natural look is gone. You know what I'm saying? Everybody does these perms and does all the straightening and stuff like that and bleaching their hair and all these different things, man.
You very nicely left out the weave nation.
Oh, the weaves, yeah, man.
It's just like, look, the hair, wherever you got it, it's nice, but it doesn't really need to be down to your knees. I mean, we know you didn't grow that.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't have it last week. I was like, why we got to go so?
Because it's Sade,
so
man.
hard.
Sade messed it up. I mean,
Hey, slow down, hold on.
Like, don't talk
better
about
got so mad.
Don't talk about
I'm just saying, man, because she's so beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
have good
and
hair.
her hair was natural, obviously. You know what I mean?
All the sisters tell me, they say, like, a lot of sisters I know that are serious about not wearing their hair natural and serious about keeping it straight, keeping it combed or whatever. They say they do it like that for work purposes. because it makes their colleagues feel less threatened. And I've heard that from more than one.
I mean, I believe it. No, you're right.
Woman
Yeah,
of color.
because in America, the natural look was it promoted
threatening.
black power. Yeah,
They
exactly.
feel like you're a radical. Or,
Yeah,
you know what I mean, you're some type of
exactly.
revolutionary if you wear your hair the way it was earthly given to you.
Yeah.
And in order to conform or fit in with society, they straighten it. You know, they get the blowout, or they
Yup.
get the perm, or they get the weave, or they get the colorizations.
Yeah.
And again, to me, that's sad, man. That's sad because it takes away from your true being, man. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I hate shaving. You know what I'm saying? I got this big beard and stuff, but people are always asking me, where are you from? I'm like, I'm from Connecticut. No, but where are you from? I was born and raised in Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you have to even ask? Like, just because if I would have shaved, you wouldn't even ask me this stuff.
You know
that's
what I mean?
I'm
Like,
saying, man.
that's the American thing. Just like we talked about this a couple times on the show. Like, you know, us. All right, I got in America. I'm a Black American, or I'm African American. I'm a Negro, Afro American, African American, whatever you want to call me. I'm not American in America, but if I go to Africa, if I go to Britain, if
Then
I
you're
go to
American.
UK, I'm American.
Yeah, American,
But
yeah.
at home in my own country, you know,
not American.
I'm not American.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I fill out paperwork and I gotta check the little box. Is black non-Hispanic or black Hispanic or
Exactly.
black non-African?
Yeah.
Like there's all these different justifications.
African Pacific Islander.
Yeah, and that's just an American thing. It's
Other.
an American thing. I got
Yeah.
to know where you from.
Well, hold on. All right, since we're getting kind of technical, let's say it's a U.S. thing because like America,
Yeah, it is a U.S.
America's like Canada. It's them. It goes
Although
all the way down to like
they're
Argentina.
adapting though. Those countries are adapting. The South and the North are adapting to the ways. Because, you know, it goes back to this is, you know, we're working on, not we, but, you know, this government here in the U.S. is working on the TransUnion. Wait, did I say that right? It's the Trans-American Union, which is going to be Mexico.
Mexico, Canada, and
Exactly,
and
yeah,
America, with the Amero and the currency and all that stuff.
Exactly.
They've been trying to enforce that for a minute. They've been working on that for like a while.
It's happening, though, man, because, you know, they're building that pipeline that's coming from Canada straight down to Mexico. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely going to happen. I mean, it might not happen in the next 10, 15 years, but, you know, give it some time, man. But our time is almost up, man. So I want to give everybody an opportunity to you know, give some shout outs and plug in their websites and things. I'm going to start to my left with Theory, man. If people wanted to check you out, man, again, I've been playing all Theory beats in the background. Sorry I didn't get to play more of your music, but we're going to have you come back again with your band and you want to do something live. So we'll definitely, you know, talk to you about your music again. But Theory, man, if people wanted to check you out,
Yeah, if you want to check out me, it's some instrumental stuff, or it's some music from my group, The Package, you can always catch us at thepackage.bandcamp.com. Lots of nice free projects up there for you if you want to check them out. I've also got a nice project out there floating around called Rolling Stone, The Moss Theory. It's all based on Rolling Stones samples, you know, and to celebrate not aging out of doing good music, you know, just never stopping. It's 50 years of that. And you can find that at thebeattapeproject.com. Or if you just Google Rolling Stone, The Moss Theory, pops right up. I'm tops on that list.
that's what's
You
up.
know what I'm saying?
Mr. Morrow, man, if people wanted to find you online, man, how can they find you?
You can find me on www.dubafrica.com and soundcloud.com/dubafrica, facebook.com/dubafrica. And we have a page also for the Gravity Regulators, which is the project that I'm running. And we soon will have a page for the Dub Africa project, which is the one we're going to be running here in DC.
That's what's up, man. And again, if people wanted to find your Twitter,
Yeah, we have a Twitter, which is twitter.com/dubafrica again. And all those social
media sites.
media sites have also the email, which people can reach me and we can talk about business.
That's what's up. eLBetta, if people wanted to find you online, man, and hear some of your music, you know, I've been hearing from everybody. They're like, yo, you know, Betta is one of the most refined MCs, not just in our area, but again, up and down the East Coast, man. A lot of people are feeling the music.
Respect.
People wanted to find you. How can they find you online?
Well, if you can find OHLOW, you can find Betta, because that's Bolo.
That's
you know?
true.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I keep it simple for y'all. Just Google Lord Betta, LORDBETTA. You can find me wherever, you know, Twitter, you know what I'm saying, YouTube, you know, Dat Piff, you know, we out there, we out here. Check out Bolo Young, djOHLOW.com. You know, we on there. Beat Conductors, that's where we at.
That's what's up, man. And another part of Beat Conductors, man, ooCyn, State of Mind Multimedia and the design, doing basically all of our work, doing our videos and doing our designs and stuff like that, man. Let people know if they wanted to find you. If people wanted to find Moorish Harem, let them know about that too.
All right, first of all, State of Mind, Multimedia and Design. You can find it at www.stateofmindmmd.com. The MMD is Multimedia Design, so MMD. You can find me at beatconductors.com. And I just want to introduce a new show that we catering to the MCs. It's going to be a sister company to Beat Conductors, which is called Vocab on X-Ray. And we're going to market it as The Vox.
That's what's up. Do you have a copy of that flyer with you?
On my phone.
All right, that's cool. We'll plug that. We'll plug it in the YouTube video, man.
Yeah, and then my newest venture, that's coming, that's here, and you're about to hear about it everywhere, is Moorish Harem, and you can find us at moorishharem.com.
That's what's up, man. Again, this is On Beat with OHLOW, coming to you live from Radio Fairfax. I just want to say peace and tune in next week.